Hello and welcome to Football Betting System. Here we are with some new free tips, this time for the 28th of February 2020. So we start with the African Champions League, Zamalek against Esperance. We bet a draw or Esperance to win, 4 units for 3.17 or 3.94. In the same competition, Raja Casablanca against TP Mazembe, as well X and a 2, 4 units, 4.34 and 11. In Argentina, we got Racing Club Avellaneda against Newell's Old Boys. We bet on Newell's Old Boys, 6 units, 3.67. Then also in the same Primera Division, Colón de Santa Fe against Boca Juniors. Colón to win or a draw, 2 units, so 1 unit on 6.30 and 1 unit on 3.66. In Australia, we got Sydney FC against Western Sydney Wanderers. 4 units on Sydney to win at 1.83. Then we have in the Austrian second league 4 matches. Austria win number 2, like the second team, against SKU Amstetten. We bet 8 units on Austria win to win, 2.23. SV Ried against Austria Lustenau. 3 units on Ried to win, 1.55. Forwards Steyr against FC Juniors 00. 2 units on Juniors 00 with 3.20. And Floridsdorfer AC against SV Horn. 3 units at Floridsdorfer, 2.43. In the Bahrainian Premier League, we got Al Shabab Manama against East Rifa. 5 units on East Rifa for 2. Then we got Busaitin Club against Al Hit, 4 units on Al Hit for 1.89. In the Belgian second division, we got Excelsior Virton against OH Leuven. We bet 6 units on a draw or a 2, 3.71 and 5.25. Then Lommel against KSV Roeselaar. 2 units on Roeselaar to win, 3.40. KSC Lokeren against KFCO Beerschot Wilrijk. 2 units on Lokeren to win or a draw at 7.21 or 4.40. Then Union Saint-Gilloise against KVC Westerlo. 2 units on a draw or Westerlo to win, 3.45 or 3.30. In the Belgian Jupiler League, we got Sint-Truidense VV against KV Mechelen. Sint-Truidense to win, 2 units at 2.94. Bosnia and Herzegovina Premier League, Tuzla City against Veres Mostar. 5 units on Tuzla at 1.76. In the Brazilian state leagues, we got Carioca League, Bangu AC against Portuguesa. 2 units on a draw or Portuguesa to win, 3.25 or 3.35. Volta Redonda against Mackay FC, 4 units on Volta Redonda at 1.60. And in the Paulista League, we got Guarani SP against Agua Santa. 2 units on Guarani to win, 2.03. We continue with Bulgaria, Beru Stara Zagora against Lokomotiv Plovdiv. 2 units on Lokomotiv Plovdiv at 2.84. In the Chilean Primera Division, we got Unión La Calera against Universidad Católica. 2 units on Católica at 2.06. Then in Colombia, the Primera A, we got Junior Barranquilla against Jaguares de Córdoba. 3 units on Junior Barranquilla at 1.59. 2 matches in Croatia, Slaven Belupo against Varazdin. 8 units on Slaven Belupo at 1.93. And we got Velika Gorica against Istra Pula. 2 units on a draw or Istra Pula to win at 3.92 and 8.10. I'm going to scroll down a bit and we continue with the Czech Republic. The Czech Liga, Dinamo České Budějovice against Baník Ostrava. 4 units on Baník to win or a draw at 3.32 and 3.13. Then the Danish 1 division against Viborg against HV Dover. 2 units on a draw or HV Dover to win at 4.29 and 6.09. In the Denmark Superligaen, we got Aarhus GF against Hobro IK. 2 units on Hobro to win or a draw at 4.42 or 8.16. In the Ecuadorian Primera A, we got 2 matches. Delfín SC against Técnico Universitario Ambato. 2 units on Delfín with 1.62. And in El Nacional Quito against LDU Quito, we placed 2 units on El Nacional to win or a draw at 3.85 and 3.50. In the English League 1, we got Portsmouth FC against Rochdale AFC. 2 units on Portsmouth at 1.48. And in the English Premier League, we got Norwich City against Leicester City. 4 units on Leicester at 1.78. This game is coming over from earlier today because this game got cancelled but will be played tomorrow. It's a UEFA Europa League Red Bull Salzburg against Eintracht Frankfurt. The bet was already placed, so we have a draw and a 2 on Eintracht Frankfurt at 4.40 and 4.16. The Suomen Cup, we got QPS Kuopio against Rovaniemi PS. 2 units on a draw or Rovaniemi to win at 4.73 or 8.64. Then some games in France, so the Ligue 1, Ligue 2 and National League. In Ligue 1 we got Olympique Nîmes against Olympique Marseille. We bet 4 units on Marseille to win at 2.22. In Ligue 2 we got AG Auxerre against Chamois Niortais. 4 units on a draw and Niortais to win. 3.42 and 6.35. Nancy Lorraine against Clermont Foot. 2 units on Nancy to win. 2.99. Sochaux Rodez. 5 units on Sochaux to win at 2.22. Châteauroux AC Le Havre. 3 units on Le Havre to win at 2.40. Orléans against Troyes. 3 units on Troyes at 2.49. Caen against Grenoble Foot, 3 units on Caen at 2.55. Valenciennes Ajaccio, 3 units on Ajaccio at 2.66. Le Mans against Guingamp, 4 units on Guingamp to 2.15. Then in the National League we got Pau FC against Dunkirk. We placed a bet on a draw for 2 units at 3.10. Then we got Concarneau against Béziers, 2 units on Béziers at 4.04. Then Boulogne against Ajaccio Gazélec, 4 units on Boulogne at 1.65. Villefranche against Bourg-Péronnas, 3 units on Villefranche at 1.92. Then Créteil against Red Star 93, 4 units on Red Star 93 or a draw 3.08 and 3.33. Le Puy-Foot against Choletais, 5 units on Le Puy-Foot at 2.80. FC Bastia Borgo against Lyon Duchère, 3 units on Bastia at 2.17. Stade Lavalloise against Sporting Toulon, 5 units on Lavalloise at 1.72. Avranches against Quevilly, 3 units on Avranches at 2.18. And then we continue with Germany. In Germany we got Fortuna Düsseldorf in the Bundesliga against Hertha BSC. 2 units on Hertha, 2.97. Then in the second Bundesliga we got Karlsruhe SC against Nürnberg. 2 units on Karlsruhe, 2.65. Then Jan Regensburg against Dynamo Dresden, 3 units on Jan at 2.10. And in the third Bundesliga or the third Liga, we got SPVGG Unterhaching against Bayern Munich, the second team, 3 units on Unterhaching at 2.55. One match in Gibraltar, the National League, Lynx FC against Lincoln Red Imps. We place the 4 units on Lincoln Red Imps at 1.36. And in the Greek Super League 2 we got Doxa Dramas against PAS Giannina, 4 units on PAS at 1.57. Then we got Iran Pro League, Saipa Alborz against Sanat Naft Abadan, 3 units on Sanat Naft at 3.03. Naft Mashet Soliman against Pekan Kazvin, 2 units on Naft for 2.20. And Pars Jam Boucher against Traktor Sazi, 4 units on Traktor at 2.20. Then the Irish First Division, Dragda United against Longford Town, 3 units on Dragda at 2.37. UCD Dublin against Cove Ramblers, 4 units on UCD at 1.87. Athlone Town against Cabintilly, 4 units on Cabintilly at 1.60. And Bray Wanderers against Wexford Youths, 4 units on Bray at 1.37. Then in the Premier Division in Ireland we got Derry City against Bohemians FC, 3 units at Bohemian at 3.20. Cork City against Finn Harps, 4 units on a draw or Finn Harps to win, 3.30 or 3.80. Shelbourne FC against St Patrick's Athletic, 3 units in St Patrick's at 2.23. And Shamrock Rovers against Dundalk FC, 4 units on Shamrock, 2.30. We continue with Israel, the Liga Leumit. Kafar Qasim against Hapoel Al Fam, 2 units on a draw at 3.24. Bnei Saknin against Hapoel Bnei Lot, 2 units on a draw or Bnei Lot to win, 4.20, 7.32. Hapoel Acre against Hapoel Ashkelon, 3 units on Acre, 2.10. Beitar Tel Aviv against Maccabi Aichi Nazareth, 3 units on Beitar, 2 for 2 odds. Then Ironi Rishon Lezion against Hapoel Afula, 2 units on Lezion at 1.65. Hapoel Nof Hagalil against Ironi Ramat HaSharon, 2 units on Nof Hagalil at 2.40. Hapoel Ramat Gan against Hapoel Petach Tikva, 2 units on Petach Tikva at 3.43. Then Maccabi Petach Tikva against Hapoel Katamon, 3 units on the other Petach Tikva team at 1.76. Then the Serie B, Virtus Entella against Crotone, 3 units on Virtus at 2.85. In the Mexican League we got Real San Luis against Juarez, 4 units on Real San Luis at 1.92. Then Deportivo Toluca against CF Monterrey, 4 units on Toluca or a draw at 3.76 or 3.72. Monarcas Morelia against Cruz Azul, 2 units on Cruz Azul at 2.60. Club Tijuana against Club Puebla, 2 units on Tijuana at 1.77. In the Netherlands we got Eredivisie Willem II against FC Groningen, 4 units on Willem II at 2.49. In the Keukenkampioen-divisie we got FC Eindhoven against Excelsior Rotterdam, 7 units on Excelsior at 2.22. Almere City against Helmond Sport, 2 units on a draw or Helmond to win at 6 or 10.75. Then the Graafschap against Jong AZ, 2 units on a draw or Jong AZ to win at 6.25 or 10. Then FC Volendam against Go Ahead Eagles, 2 units on a draw or Eagles to win at 4 or 3.63. MVV Maastricht against FC Den Bosch, 3 units on Maastricht at 2.44. Then Young Ajax against SC Telstar, 2 units on Telstar or a draw, 4.65 or 5.25. NAC Nijmegen against NAC Breda, we place 2 units on a draw at 3.75. Then Rode JC against FC Dordrecht, 4 units on a draw or Dordrecht to win at 4.06 or 3.63. FC Jos against Young Utrecht, 3 units and FC Jos 2.45. And also Cambuur Leeuwarden against Young PSV. 2 units on a draw or Young PSV to win at 9.20 or 22. We continue further and we go to the Northern Irish Cup. Larne FC against Coleraine FC. 3 units on Coleraine at 2.62. Then we got Guarena FC and Libertad Asunción in the Paraguayan Division Professional. 5 units on Libertad at 1.85. In the Polish Ekstraklasa, 2 matches, Rakow Częstochowa against Piast Gliwice. 4 units on Piast at 2.85. And Jagiellonia Białystok against Lech Poznan. 3 units on Jagiellonia at 2.83. In Portugal we got Liga de Honra, Benfica, the second team against Leixões. 2 units on a draw at 3.53. We got in the Superliga Portimonense against Vitória Setúbal. 2 units on Setúbal at 4.53. In Qatar we got the Super League, the Stars League, sorry, Al Sailaya against Al Gharafa. 2 units on a draw at 3.77. And Al Wakra against Salal. 3 units on Salal at 3.17. In Romania we got Sepsi OSK against Politehnica Iesi. 4 units on Sepsi at 1.91. And Dinamo Bucharest against Academica Clinceni. 4 units on Dinamo Bucharest at 1.67. In Russia we got Krylia Sovietov Samara against Orenburg. 3 units on Krylia at 2.75. And in Saudi Arabia we have Damak against Al Hazem. 2 units on Al Hazem at 2.37. Al Adalj against Al Faisali. 2 units on Al Faisali at 2.16. Al Faya against Al Rayet Boraidai. 2 units on Al Rayet at 2.42. And in the Scottish FA Cup we have Hibernian FC against Inverness Caledonian Thistle. 2 units on Inverness or a draw at 4.40 or 7.02. Then in South African Premier Soccer League we got Maritzburg United against Stellenbosch. 4 units on Maritzburg to win at 2.00. Then in the Spanish La Liga, Real Sociedad against Real Valladolid. 3 units on Sociedad at 1.53. And in the Segunda Division, UD Las Palmas against Malaga CF. 2 units on Malaga at 3.40. Then the last bit is Switzerland, the Challenge League. Grasshopper Club Zurich against Aarau. 3 units on Grasshoppers, 1.96. Then Turkey Superliga Alanyaspor Besiktas. 4 units on Alanyaspor, 2.30. In the Ukrainian Premier League, Dnipro 1 against Dynamo Kiev. 2 units on a 1 or a draw at 13.57 or 6.74. 3 matches in the Arabian Gulf League. Baniyas Club against Shabab Al Ahli Dubai. 2 units on a 1 or a draw at 4.76 or 4.15. Al Jazeera Abu Dhabi against Khor Fakkan. 2 units on a draw or Khor to win at 5.25 or 8.80. And Al Fujairah against Ittihad Kalba. 2 units on Ittihad or 2.70. Uzbekistan Uzbek League, Kokand against Buchoro, 5 units on Kokand at 2.15. Gran Valencia in Venezuela against Minos de Guayana, 4 units on Gran Valencia at 3.15. Caracas against Academia Puerto Cabello, 2 units on a draw or Cabello to win at 4.30 or 7.25. 2 matches in the Welsh FA Cup. Carnarvon against Kevin Druids, 2 units on a draw or Kevin to win at 4.42 or 4.32. And Flint Town against Prestatyn Town, the same thing, a draw or Prestatyn to win, 6 units, 4.74 or 3.13. And the last game is Rwanda against Congo, an international friendly, and we bet 3 units on Rwanda to win at 2.82. So that's it for today. I thank you for your time, and please like and subscribe, and see you next time for some more. Bye bye.